Food is so central to everything. Gathering people, cooking together, eating it together, needing it to grow, needing it to fuel our lives. I'm not sure there's anything that quite builds community the way that food does. Feast Down East was founded in 2006 out of a project from UNCW. It started out with the intention of really bringing resources and strengthening our small local farmers in a time when they were really struggling to find their way. We started out as an organization that was supporting farmers, and along the way we found this market opportunity to bring food into communities that lack access to fresh food.
Being a local chef in the area, the past couple years have really made me rethink how I use my time, and I think putting efforts into a community organization like Feast Down East, it's all about making good, nutritious foods accessible to everybody.
A few years back, I got sick and my entire life imploded. And long story short, I was very fortunate to find an apartment in public housing. They would bring in food from the grocery stores, and that was like, almost out of date, and, very elderly produce and things like that. And one day, Jordan shows up in the back kitchen in this van with all this wonderful, fresh produce. I could see that sometimes she needed help, so I went back and started helping her. I was a food insecure senior in a food desert. I hated seeing what other people were eating in that, so I really encouraged them to eat this. I asked after a while, after they started getting busier, if they needed a volunteer, because this was very close to my heart. It was just so beautiful when they showed up with this stuff. And I was just so grateful, and I just thought, I want to do this. I want to be part of this.
Bringing our farmers, bringing them into the urban setting and connecting them to consumers, whether it's a CSA box or a fancy dinner or the mobile market, which serves everyone and at reduced prices to make sure that the fresh, locally sourced products are accessible to everyone.
As a herb farm, the challenge is getting the farmers and the restaurants connected. So it's not very easy as an individual farmer, and I'm specializing in herbs, doing all my own deliveries, the time and the effort, the distance, the mileage. So I very much welcome the concept that Feast Down East has evolved into, of getting a large spectrum of farmers involved, all producing a variety of local seasonal foods, and which are becoming more and more in demand.
I literally, when we first started, I was going door to door to different restaurants trying to talk to the chef, and it makes more sense for Feast to take a hold of that instead of me calling on 20 different small orders and taking the time to do that. I just soon let them handle that. The relationship has developed over time. It affords me the chance to grow certain crops in bigger quantities that I know they're going to be able to move more of, for example, sweet potatoes. There's several different things Feast does. So in addition to the literal selling of our product, they work with the food bank, and this is one of my favorite programs. Basically, if we have some grade B product or older product that we need to just get out, we get half of the wholesale price. So we're not losing money as we would if we were just throwing it away. So it's a win-win. We get a little bit of money and we get the food out to people that need it. Overall, Feast Down East is, for us farmers, and I think for consumers, as kind of a centralized, here's what's going on in the local food scene, here's some of the local farmers you can support, and obviously keeping the money local, it stays local, it's a win-win.
Local food is especially important to our restaurant for a number of reasons. We use local food really as the centerpiece of our menu here. One, we are able to kind of showcase more diversity among our vegetables and our meats and seafood. I learn a lot from meeting the farmers and making those connections. And those are connections that would just never be there when you're talking about, shipping food from across the country. You miss out on that connection with the people in our community.
Feast Down East faces a lot of challenges with educating the public on the importance, the value of eating locally sourced, fresh food. I'm really excited for where the organization is today. We know that we're making a really positive impact on our community, building healthy, sustainable lives.